cold SMS is dying. Bit of a clickbait type of title. But you'll understand what my concept is here in a second. And then also I have some actionable steps. This isn't a waffly bullshit video. It's going to have something that you can do on top of cold SMS as well. What do I mean, first of all, right, when I say cold SMS is dying? And please forget that I'm wearing a robe. It's early in the morning. Making content comes kind of lower in my to-do list, so I just like to get it done. So what do I mean? If something is not getting better, it's getting worse. Very infrequently do things sustain the current state in which they're currently at when used daily, and also by multiple people, thousands, tens of thousands potentially. Everything in life works in waves or flows. That is generally science. Sorry, I'm getting distracted by noise. It's generally science. For example, trends, virality, hype is another one there. Now, there is a massive difference from dying and dead. Cold SMS is not dead. It works. It's great. Keep using it. It works, and it will continue to work for a very long length of time. However, do you want something as a business owner that works but is decaying slowly, or do you want something that works and improves fast? The better word I would like to use there, improves consistently. So I'd rather exchange it. So let's actually do that now. Consistently. What about something that is literally self-sustaining? And the best part about that, low effort. People associate the term low effort with a bad thing. They think that means lazy. They think that, I guess that means, you know, the whole term, you're not putting in effort. Okay. In this scenario, I'm going to explain the reason why that's a little bit of a false concept sometimes. I misspelled effort. Effort is applied force over a unit area. My God, what is going on here? To achieve an intended outcome. My God. Someone help me. So we have two options when we take that into consideration. Option one is we apply more effort over a given time to achieve the same intended outcome. Or option two, we apply consistent effort over a given time to achieve a compound return. Okay, let me draw something here because I really think this part of the video is the concept you need to grab. Graph, oh my God, let's zoom in actually so it's bigger. Graph, what am I talking about? So option one is going to be red. Option one is where we have, let's say this is, okay, cool, let's just go for it. So option one is more like this. Like this. See that? See that? Okay, and boom, you achieve the intended outcome. Now, option two would look more something like this. You know, might get a first burst of wind, a little bit of slowdown, and then that compound interest starts to return. If you imagine yourself as a plane flying through the sky, which of these two journeys seems like it makes more sense? Because this one burns more fuel and feels more uncomfortable. This one burns less fuel and feels more comfortable. And still, what happens, ladies and gentlemen, is you end up at the exact same point, which is the desired intended outcome. So that is the direct example. That is a physical way of viewing it on data on a graph. If you like data or you like graphs, I hope that helps. Now, why am I saying it's dying? And by the way, all these concepts lead to a solution that you can now integrate on top of cold SMS to increase the number of qualified calls you're taking and the money that you make. Why do I say it's dying, okay? How many people do you think know about cold SMS outreach? I'd say 60 to 70% of the market most likely uses it. And when I say the market, I mean people that are in the game playing the game, not just people that know about it and don't do anything. Now, how can we predict an outcome, right? By using previous experiences of ourselves or others as an indicator, because most historic patterns are genuinely, I mean, they are almost always repeated, pretty much always. If more and more people do the same thing, we will naturally end up with more sharks in the water. You ever heard of the term blue ocean, red ocean? The red ocean means blood in the water, as in like the sharks have absolutely annihilated the shit out of the market. Blue ocean niche is a market where it hasn't been tapped into. Red ocean is proven, but has been burnt. That gets to a stage where no matter how big you are as a shark, you simply will suffer this impact. So a huge amount of people to preach the concept of becoming a bigger shark and a better hunter. Do I agree with that? Yes. Do I think that that will save you in the long term? No, I do not. So for example, if I said the same joke to you 40 times over, and I just tweaked the way my tonality was to get a bigger and bigger shark, better and better quality joke, but it was the same joke, would you still shit yourself laughing? No, you wouldn't. So stop doing the same jokes as every single other person, and guess what? Try standing in the spotlight while you tell them. So this video so far has had a lot of questions that I've used, because in order for me to actually teach you something, I have to first open your mind. And by asking questions, I open your mind and make you think. And by giving you these analogies or these examples, I also make you imagine. And the part of your brain where you imagine is where a lot of thought is processed. So the question you probably have at this stage of the video is, what the fuck does that mean? Excuse my French. Let me explain. Look at this image. Okay? Take a second. What do you see? What do you see? Okay? This is the guy doing something different. This is most people in the market right now. They're in the dark, a million other people, all these different eyes looking at you, doing the same damn scripts, the same SMS, the same cold calls, even the same ads. I might even add in there. Same adverts, same offers, same guarantees, same service, same niche. Does this work? Yeah, it does. Of course it does. I do it every day. It's the primary driver of my business, is doing roughly the same thing as most people. I have an edge or two. Yes, of course I do. Every competitor usually says that. But if you do something totally different in a different way, guess what? You're now the guy in the spotlight. The attention is now on you, which is something you can very, very heavily leverage. Okay. Now, what next? It's the self-sustaining funnel. That's what's next. Now you can see I'm saying things with absolute certainty. Okay? Take this with a pinch of salt. As with everything, nothing is certain. There could be something drastically changed in the market, a new product, a new solution, a new outreach method. But currently, right now, if I were to look at the table, the chessboard, and I needed to move my pieces to put me in the best place possible at the end of the game, not just the next 2 weeks, at the end of the game of chess, how do I put myself in the best position? And I will ask you one final question. What are you watching? What are you watching now? It's content. Now, this is the part where people click off this video because they're either lazy, or the idea of content simply causes intolerable mental friction, or they just wanted shiny object syndrome. They just wanted that satisfaction of something new and shiny that they can use. Content produces sales-ready leads. Ads produces sales-qualified leads. And SMS produces leads. In life, you get to choose. So, which one sounds better to you? I really want to read this line again, because I personally believe every single value point within this video is contained in that sentence. I really do. Like, if I were to give you one sentence in this entire video, it's this. Content produces sales-ready leads. Ads produces sales-qualified leads. SMS produces leads. So how would we action this? Great, now we've learned something. Now our mind is opened up to something. How do I action such thing? You know how to, okay? A lot of people ask questions that they know the answer to, because they lack certainty in themselves. How do I fix my cold SMS? How do I sell people more? Why is my business struggling? You do, a lot of the time, maybe 60%, the majority of the time, you know the answer to that. If you ever sit there and ask yourself, what do I do right now? Maybe you're considering investing into a system for the business. Maybe you're considering going on a holiday to change your environment. You know what feels best. You know what is going to be the decision that should drive you forward as an owner. But I'm going to give you the answers to that for certainty anyway. Everything works in a funnel. Almost anything works in a funnel. Top of funnel is up here. Middle funnel is here. and the bottom is obviously down the bottom. I am getting good at drawing on this MacBook. I used to be great at my computer, but now with the MacBook, I'm actually picking up a little bit. Now, do you notice the conical shape here? I think that's the term, I have no idea. The top of funnel has, I mean, here's the mass market, right? Here's the mass market. And this is something people never mention about funnels. Do you see how the funnel, the market, extends beyond the funnel's walls? Here's what actually happens to a good funnel. There's my wall, and there's my other wall. And do you see what I'm doing? This is actually my mass market. So actually, I'll correct myself there. This is my market. The mass market exists beyond the barriers in which you target. Now, people fail in their funnel, and this is why. This is a quick sidetrack. Please listen, it's important. My diagram doesn't make sense, but it will shortly. People fail because they have their top of funnel, mid of funnel, and bottom funnel dialed. A brilliant funnel. A brilliant product. But here's your problem. You target the mass market, everything outside of the cone. Everything outside of that cone, you target. I want you to imagine water gushing into this. Imagine this is water, the black lines are water. If I funneled water directly down with the force of gravity, directly down, will it travel faster and with more efficiency and energy than if I had it sideways, trickling in from all directions, trickling in? It's going to travel faster coming straight down. Now, what is my point? My point is this. Target a vertical, a very precise vertical, because the more precise it is, the more velocity and energy that you get through before it even enters the funnel. A lot of people supercharge their funnel, but never supercharge their targeting. It's like shooting a gun without doing wind correction. You will never hit the target that you want at the end because the wind in the funnel will knock them off. So that's a short thing that I wanted to kind of go over. That's a hard concept to grasp. I hope it made sense. Anyway, actionable steps even, not sets. Top of funnel, it's about virality and engagement, okay? I've given an example here. How I scaled this roofing business to 100K a month in 28 days. Now, you don't need to lie. If you're a beginner and you don't have this type of social proof, how would I scale a roofing business? Or how to scale this roofing business, and pick a random roofing business online. It's not saying it's your client. It's just saying this is how I would scale this one over here. So that's a little tip. Make this content specifically where your niche hangs out. LinkedIn, YouTube, Instagram, don't like TikTok, even Twitter or X, I think it's called now. Whatever floats your boat, whatever your audience is hanging out, and wherever you feel like you can be most consistent. Okay. Now, the middle of funnel is about giving value. This is when someone's seen your top of funnel content, they've clicked on your profile and they want to consume some more. The concept of binge watching. The middle of funnel is about value or consistency. I love this. And by the way, hold tight, guys, 1 second. I've made so many videos, I have to find it. Questions, go to here, please. Instagram. I reply to pretty much everyone. I'm quite quick. Where is it? Here it is. You hear me saying consistency all the time, and I rinse and rinse and rinse this, and I preach it. Consistency beats intensity. Stop borrowing energy from tomorrow to feel productive today. Sustainable output maximizes productivity. Consistency is the key. Forget the productivity paradox. Forget today and think about your action over 6 to 12 months. Compound interest is being in the game long enough to see the compounding effects of your investment. Guys, if you do want more information on this, it's unbelievably good, this video. How your mind makes your SMMA fail. It's already in my profile here. Please watch it. Insane value. Where the hell did it go? Oh, here it is. Great. I've got loads of stuff going on here. You can see. Anyway, an example of this would be in the middle of funnel is how to get 5 extra replacement jobs a month using this system. It's a tutorial almost. It's an actionable step of providing value. Do you notice how my video today has almost followed this structure? The top of funnel, it's a bit viral, the headline, the interest that it would gather. But then the middle of funnel contains the value, and the bottom of funnel, contains connection or personalization. Because I told you can message me on Instagram. I don't have stuff to sell, by the way. So if you think there's mentorship or something, I actually don't have one. I don't intend on doing one, just yet at least, because I'm so busy with my business, just to be clear on that. But this could be used to sell like a mentorship or a course. I won't do that. I'm working on a school community for networking, and that's about it. I don't need money from that. Bottom of funnel is important as well, guys. So I recommend a school community or a WOP community for your target market where you give away free stuff. It doesn't need to cost them. I recommend it costs them $1 though, because there's something called consistency bias? I can't remember. But basically it's something like that, where if they buy from you once, they're like 70% more likely to buy from you a second time. It's just human nature. If you do something, it becomes in your comfort zone that you want to repeat. So anyway, there is your valuable video of, why am I saying what I'm saying? What do I recommend you actually do from this point onwards for long-term sustainability? And then I've also given you actionable steps on how you would even do that in the first place. Now, I hope that you've enjoyed this content today. I haven't really got anything to say. As you can tell, I don't really do this whole YouTube thing. I'm not used to it. So I just talk to the camera. I give value as if I'm giving a presentation, just in a robe in my spare time. So anyway, I hope you guys appreciate my upfront nature of just giving you the value and not selling you anything. If you want to network, just follow me on Instagram, give me a message on there. Met some really cool guys through there. Heading up to Dubai in January, most likely, unless plans change. We're heading up to, because my plans change all the time. It's crazy. You're heading up to Dubai. If anyone wants to come, just give me a shout. Link up with you guys. We'll rip some supercars. I mean, literally, we'll just jump in some supercars. If you guys are in Dubai and you want to jump in a Lambo, just tell me. We'll drive around, have some fun. You boys could even get some cars. We can rip around together, have some nice food. That's what I like doing. That's my treat at the end of the year. I love doing that. So anyway, just let me know, and pleasure meeting everyone if you are new here. Thanks. Goodbye.